This Realtor training video is intended to show you how you can earn $300 to $1,500 per hour working with us on short sales. Hi, I'm Ted Lee with Neighborhood Realty Solutions, and you've opted into our second video training series. And I thought this would be a good video to really drive home how you can make more money easier and faster than those other untrained realtors who are not yet working with us on short sales. So let's take a look at step one. This is the step where the homeowner signs the non-agency independent contractor brokerage agreement. They sign the listing amendment, the authorization to release, and you complete the questionnaire with information from the borrower. So let's say this step takes somewhere between 30 to 90 minutes, sort of depending on how much time you're spending to walk the homeowner through any questions they have, or to tell them that either that we're about ready to contact them to collect the documents we need to complete a short sale package that will go to their lender. Now, if you decide that it's efficient for you to be involved to collect some of those documents, then it's going to take closer to 90 minutes possibly, or sometimes a little longer. But it's a good trade-off, because if you think you can be effective at that, then we can compress the time it takes to complete the entire short sale. Let's look at step two. This is where you're putting together a plain vanilla MLS listing. This is something we need for the lender in the complete short sale package. We have one exterior picture. The status is active. Public comments are only or limited to short sale. As is, buyer is responsible for all repairs. The final sale price is contingent on bank approval. We're going to determine the list price with you that will be posted here, but typically it's going to be the average of the low comps or something around that, depending on if this property needs extensive repairs. And we already have those numbers from you when you filled out the short sale questionnaire. There's no lockbox, there's no sign in the yard, so this step's going to take really only about 30 to possibly maybe 45 minutes to complete. All right, step three. This is where the status is changed to either pending, if that's something that's allowed in your MLS rules, or contract, no kick out, with one contingency, and of course that contingency is the approval of the lien holders. And this step should take about 5 minutes. So I'm saying here 5 to 10 minutes to just change the status of the MLS listing. Let's look at step four. This is where the status is changed again back to active, and this is where we've told you that either by virtue of the fact that we have a verbal approval or a written approval, or the lender has countered in such a way that we know we're going to close very quickly. So now we're changing the status to active, because we're actually looking for and attracting a third-party buyer that Corey Taylor could sell the property to. So we need you to add multiple pictures showing nice attributes of the house or the property. You're going to add a more extensive description to attract a buyer. You're going to include in the public comment section either that it's verbally approved short sale, or we have a written short sale approval, if that's the case. We're going to change the list price after either speaking with me or my partner Corey Taylor, and after reviewing the comps again and looking at the active listings. Now, because of the way we do this, that price is going to be attractive. It's going to be below typically what other people are looking at comparable houses for, or other list prices and comparable properties. And so anyway, but for your role in step four, let's say this takes possibly an hour, maybe 2 hours at most to complete. All right, let's look at step five. This is where offers come in from an independent third-party buyer. So that buyer's agent has sent an offer in, and you forward that offer over to Corey Taylor as an email attachment. So this could take 5 minutes, but let's say 20 to 30 minutes in step five. And possibly maybe around this step, we might have had you sign an affidavit that might have been submitted by a lender, um, something like that. But really, there's really very little time at all around this step 5 period. Now, step 6. This is where, if, as we've discussed before, there's some sort of restriction or prohibition or limitation of Corey Taylor's rights to immediately resell the property after buying it, then we're going to communicate to you both on the phone and in writing for you to communicate to the third-party buyer's agent. And basically, you're going to tell that agent that Corey Taylor was intending to buy and resell, but based on some sort of affidavit or document from the lender, that you're now prepared to arrange for this buyer to buy the property at the price that that buyer wants to buy the property for. So I think I've given an example before that maybe an offer came in at $210,000 and Corey Taylor has an approval to purchase the property at $200,000. You're simply communicating in this sort of first part of the dialogue that good news is that we're going to arrange for this buyer to buy the property for a total purchase price of $210,000. And Corey Taylor is going to agree to release his equitable and contract rights to buy the property, enabling this new party to buy directly from the owner of record in consideration for a termination and release contract fee. And in that example, that fee was $10,000, and we take care of arranging that with or negotiating that with the owner of record's lender or lien holders, where there'll be a new approval letter issued naming this new buyer, and there'll be a final HUD statement showing that the new buyer is buying the property for a total purchase price in that example of $200,000. But for your part of this, you're simply communicating what we put in writing, sort of these, if you want to call them cliff notes, or an easy way to explain it to the buyer's agent, just so this is all clear, there's no misunderstandings. And let's say it takes you 30, possibly 60 minutes to get that step completed. Now, step 7, that's an exciting step. This is where you pick up your check. If you come to the closing, you might spend a total of 2 hours that day. So let's say 30 minutes each way to get there, maybe an hour at closing. So you might have spent 2 hours. Or you can simply have the check mailed to you or mailed to your brokerage, and you spend no time on this step. So let's add this all up and see what the total time spent with us to complete a short sale. The shortest time that we've calculated here is about 3 hours, spread out over 90 days on a single short sale. The expected time, let's say, is closer to 8 hours, and maybe the longest time is closer to 11 hours. So let's just take a look at how much you could make per hour, and we're just only going to look at the expected time of about 8 hours. So if we have a $200,000 short sale, and we're going to take a look at 2 realtor broker splits, one 50-50, one 80-20. So on a $200,000 short sale, you could expect to earn about $380 per hour working with us. And on an 80-20 split, you could expect to earn around $600 per hour. On a $500,000 short sale, you could expect to earn either $950 on a 50-50 split or $1,500 per hour on an 80-20 split. So let's see how much the other realtors could expect to make that aren't working with us and trying to do short sales on their own. The typical time for a realtor to close a short sale is somewhere between 6 to 9 months. So let's just pick 7 months to get a short sale done, from signing up a seller with a listing agreement and finally getting it all closed at the very end of the process. Now, the average time spent by this realtor, assuming this realtor does it all, and that's to collect and compile documents, to put together a short sale package, to negotiate with lien holders, to market the property for a buyer, and finally to close a short sale and work with a closing agent on all those kind of closing details, it's about 50 hours. Now, the average realtor success rate nationally is only about 35%. If you've done short sales, you may have done better than that. You may have done 50%. Some of you may have done 60, 70, 80%, whatever your success rate is. But this is just looking at a national average, or that typical average realtor that's trying to do a short sale and trying to manage every step of the process. So when we look at that type of realtor trying to do it on their own, they could expect to earn on a 50-50 split on a $200,000 short sale about $21 per hour, which is not bad compared to some other jobs. But it's about 1/10 or 1/20th of what you could expect to earn working with us. And on an 80-20 split, this realtor would expect to earn about $33, $34 an hour. And again, that's really about it's about 1/20th of what, I guess it's close to 1/50th really of what you could expect to earn working with us on a short sale. So I think this really drives home that our system is both easier and quicker and very profitable for realtors. All right, talk to you again on another video.